What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Stardust here. Welcome back to another video here on the YouTube channel. And today, I wanted to talk about the latest patch that happened in Marvel's Avengers, which prevented players from being able to change the time on their console to skip the weekly wait for the Omega level threat and raid mission chains. In order to do this before, at least on PlayStation, you would go offline, change your date a week ahead, load into the game, back out, then turn your internet back on, and set your time back to the actual date. This would then reset the OT and raid mission chains so you could get more loot, because as we know, multiple runs of the raid currently, for example, only reward you one singular gear piece, which for that much work just isn't enough. Marvel's Avengers removed that, and I wanted to talk about why I think this is personally a bad idea, or at least the way they went about doing it. For starters, this was somewhat of a stealth patch, as there wasn't a mention in the patch notes about them doing something like this, which in turn goes back on their word about being better with their patch notes as well as their communication as a whole. Marvel's Avengers only necessarily rewards individuals for logging in on Thursdays with the weekly reset, because it allows players to group into the game at the same time for their marketplace reset. This is a story as old as time, and other games have indeed done it, but the difference between Marvel's Avengers and other games is the fact that at this moment in time, the raid and the Omega level threat are the two only endgame pieces of content we truly have. Removing a way for players to continue to play that content, and bearing in mind they do have to still play the raid and the OT to collect the 3 pieces of loot, will hurt this game in the long run. I have seen many content creators and just average players within the community discussing about why they believe this is a bad idea, and some agreeing it's a good idea due to it being an exploit, but I believe it goes beyond that. If you're an individual that believes it should have been patched because it's an exploit, consider the benefits it caused. Players had real incentive to play at least the raid because of the reward cadence being much better than it would have been had they have not done the exploit in the first place. Take it from someone who's on a load of Marvel's Avengers discords, when this exploit was discovered they became even more lively, with individuals wanting to use this exploit, play with their friends and level up their chosen heroes to the maximum power level. People wanted to play Marvel's Avengers despite the issues, but then this patch took it away without so much as a warning or anything to mend the players' broken hearts. I would have personally allowed every single subsequent run of the raid at the very least to drop 3 pieces of loot, and every other run to drop 6 pieces of loot. That way, it might sound extreme, but my theory behind this is that loot is already so incredibly RNG, whether you play the raid for the 3 pieces or 1 piece, that this should almost guarantee an upgrade for your build, and that should be more fun to run multiple times a week. Marvel's Avengers makes decisions like it's a game that can afford to make mistakes, but I don't believe it can. People have commented that Marvel's Avengers are more focused on fixing fun things and actual bugs, and I think Crystal Dynamics need to control the narrative and release their tight grip about what they believe is right. Let me know what you guys think though about this. Let me know your thoughts down below. I would love to hear them, and I will see you all in a bit. Peace.